Hidden gems, stocks that may otherwise go unnoticed unless someone brings them to your attention and tells you that they are worth looking at. In this case, it's our value strategist, Tracey Ryniec, who is in charge of uncovering these hidden gems. Now, for our purposes, though, we're not just talking about value stocks, right?
No. They might have a value component, but they don't have to. But they definitely have a growth component, so earnings have to be growing in the double digits.
Okay.
And then they're hidden because not many analysts cover them. So they're not really known on the street. I would say a handful or less. Sometimes only one or two analysts are actually covering these companies. So not everybody's really familiar with their story and what's going on, but we're going to uncover them because they do have the good, solid fundamentals. They have rising earnings estimates, and then they have a growth story.
All right, and since this is the debut segment here, without giving away all of your secrets necessarily, are those the key ingredients that you're going to be looking for?
They are. The growth, the number of analysts covering it, and a little bit on size. We don't want something too small because fewer analysts do tend to cover the small caps. So, keep share volume a little bit higher up above 100,000 per day, and the Zacks rank 1s or 2s. So that's basically what it's going to cover.
All right. So what is the first one that you uncovered?
Well, I found Ingredion, which most people aren't familiar with, although if they are, they might remember them as being called corn products back in the day. But that was too much corn related.
Right.
So they switched over to Ingredion a couple of years ago, and they make the sweeteners, corn starches, ingredients in food, basically. And they're a global company. But things are going real well for them. They have been able to lock in corn prices, so they hedge their corn, and that they know what their margins are going to be at the beginning of the year. So the earnings are pretty well established going forward, but they managed to beat and raise this last quarter, which the analysts liked a lot. And you can see earnings estimates starting to trickle up here because of the raise. We like to see that. They're going to see double-digit earnings growth this year, about 16%, which is real solid. Yeah. And then the analysts are hoping for another double digits in 2017 and think they can get there. But we got a little bit of ways to go before we get to those numbers. The chart looks insane. This is why it's a hidden gem. If you had been in it a couple of years ago, you'd be doing real well. It's outperforming the S&P 500. But you might look at this and think, is everything done? It's trading a little bit more expensive than the overall market, about 19 times. But given its other solid fundamentals, I think this is definitely one that if you're looking for a growth stock, keep on your radar.
There is a small dividend.
There is 1.4%. So you're getting that on top of, everything else.
Yeah. All right. And the other one is Nutrisystems.
Yes, we all know Nutrisystems. I think Marie Osmond is their spokesperson right now, but they've had many spokespeople. Weight loss is still in, it's still hot, and I like having, the systems and the food delivered to me, and apparently everyone else does too, because they just reported it was another good quarter for them. They're seeing strong demand. They're going to launch the South Beach diet in 2017. Wasn't that was like 20 years ago or something, wasn't it? That was a huge thing. So everybody's all excited about that over there. They also have the tremendous earnings growth, about 30% this year, and another double digits. Close to double digits expected for 2017. Let me get the earnings estimates here. Oh, there we go. You can see them starting to trickle up here. That's why we got the high Zacks rank #2 here, and also again for next year. So this is kind of just a steady eddy. They have beaten many quarters in a row, and they just kind of stay under the radar, and nobody's really noticing them. I think more people are paying attention to Weight Watchers because of the Oprah story over there. But these guys have been consistently growing their business. And then you can see the chart. They had a big sell-off in the beginning of 2016. That's the diet season. I don't know if you know this, but there is
Diets
such a thing.
have a season?
They do. And of course, it's right around the New Year's when everybody makes their New Year's resolution, and then they rush out and they buy all these, plans, and they join the clubs and all of that. That is their big quarter, but shares sold off because I don't know, everybody thought nobody was going to go on diets this year. I don't know. It was out. That was a real good buying opportunity for these shares, but they've soared since then. You're still getting this big growth, and they're not cheap, 23 times, but you get a nice dividend with this one, 2.4%, so they are giving back to the shareholders. And I just like the story. I think that there's still a lot of room to grow in this segment, and this is a popular brand.
Yeah, I don't use these services, obviously, so I wouldn't know about the diet season. But there is a dividend here?
Yeah, the 2.4.
Okay.
So it's a nice little extra that you get on top of everything else. So in case people start getting all nervous about, nobody dieting again, you at least are getting something for your patients.
Oh, heaven forbid nobody diets again.
Right.
Do you own these?
I do not.
All right. Check out more stock information on our website, not only hidden gems, but other stocks for your review as well. Stock picks, stock picking strategies, and more. On Zacks.com, if you're not there already watching this video. With Tracey, I'm Terry Ruffalo.